The boardroom was a shark tank, and Elias Thorne was the only one not bleeding. 20 executives were screaming, their voices bouncing off the glass walls of the 80th floor Manhattan suite. Billions of dollars were vanishing as the market crashed, and every man in the room was desperate to blame someone else. They looked at Elias, the CEO of the firm, expecting a roar, a breakdown, or a frantic command. Instead, Elias Thorne sat perfectly still. He didn't speak. He didn't blink. He simply stared at the frantic man across from him. The silence lasted 10 seconds, then 20. By 40 seconds, the shouting stopped. By 1 minute, the room was so quiet you could hear the hum of the air conditioning. In that silence, the power shifted. The screams were revealed for what they were: weakness. Elias's silence was the only thing in the room that felt like strength. The boy who listened. Elias wasn't born into power. He was born into a chaotic household in a rough neighborhood in Brooklyn. His father was a man of many words, most of them angry, and his mother was a woman who tried to drown out the world with the television. As a child, Elias realized something profound. The person talking is the person giving away information. The person listening is the person gaining it. While other kids practiced their elevator pitches in business school years later, Elias practiced the art of the pause. He studied the greats, not just what they said, but what they didn't say. He realized that in American culture, people are terrified of empty space. They feel the need to fill it with ums, ahs, and meaningless chatter. Elias decided he would never be afraid of the void. The negotiation. Fast forward 15 years. Elias was sitting across from Julian Vane, a ruthless billionaire known for eating smaller companies. Vane was a talker. He used words like a machine gun, trying to overwhelm his opponents into submission. "The offer is $400 million, Vane barked, tossing a folder onto the mahogany table. "It's more than your company is worth, Elias. You've got 5 minutes to sign, or I walk and your stock price craters by morning. What do you say?" Elias looked at the folder, then he looked at Vane. He didn't touch the paper. He didn't say thank you. He didn't even say no. He simply waited. 1 minute passed. Vane tapped his pen. 2 minutes passed. Vane shifted in his seat. 3 minutes passed. Vane started to sweat. The silence was like a physical weight in the room. It forced Vane to confront his own insecurity. Did Elias know something he didn't? Was there a higher bidder? Vane couldn't take it. He broke first. Okay, Vane muttered, leaning in. $450 million. But that's my final offer." Elias still said nothing. He leaned back and maintained eye contact, his expression a mask of calm. 500, Vane blurted out, his voice cracking. 500 million, Elias. Stop playing games. Elias finally leaned forward. He had just made an extra $100 million without saying a single word. He picked up his pen and spoke for the first time in the meeting. Deal. The internal storm. The power of silence isn't just a tactic for the boardroom, it is a shield for the soul. Elias's personal life was not without its shadows. His marriage to Sarah was hitting a breaking point. One evening, she stood in their kitchen, venting years of frustration. She called him cold. She called him distant. She waited for him to snap back, to defend his ego, to escalate the fight into a war. But Elias knew that words spoken in anger are like nails driven into a fence. Even if you pull them out, the holes remain. He listened. He didn't interrupt. He didn't formulate his counter-argument while she was talking. He truly heard her. When she finally ran out of breath, sobbing quietly, he stayed silent for a long time. He walked over and simply held her. "I hear you," he whispered eventually, "and I'm sorry." The silence between them wasn't a wall that night. It was a bridge. By not defending himself, he allowed her emotions to land, to be felt, and finally, to dissipate. Silence had saved what words would have destroyed. The philosophy of the void. In the United States, we are taught that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. We are told to make our voices heard. But Elias Thorne knew the hidden truth. The loudest person in the room is often the most insecure. True authority doesn't need to shout. The sun is silent, yet it sustains all life. The ocean is silent in its depths, while the shallow waves crash and make noise. Elias began to teach this to his mentees. He told them about the 3 sieves of speech. Before you speak, ask yourself, 1. Is it true? 2. Is it necessary? 3. Is it kind? If the answer to any of these is no, silence is the superior option. He taught them that silence gives you the upper hand of observation. When you are quiet, you see the micro-expressions on people's faces. You hear the hesitation in their tone. You see the truth that their words are trying to hide. The final stand. The story brings us back to that crashing market in the boardroom. The executives were looking at Elias, waiting for the quiet king to save them. Elias stood up. The room held its breath. He walked to the window, looking out at the sprawling chaos of New York City below. "The market is reacting to noise," Elias said, his voice low but carrying to every corner of the room. "The media is reacting to fear, but we will react to the facts. And the facts are only audible when the noise stops." He turned back to the table. "Go home. Turn off your phones. Don't speak to the press. Don't explain yourselves to your shareholders yet. Spend the night in silence. If you can't control your own tongue, you can't control this company." The next morning, while every other firm on Wall Street was frantically selling and losing billions, Elias's team stayed calm. Because they were quiet, they saw the pivot point that everyone else missed. They bought when everyone sold. They thrived while others drowned in their own panic. The lesson. Elias Thorne retired a legend, but not because he was a great orator. He was a legend because he understood that words are silver, but silence is gold. In a world that won't stop talking, the person who can sit comfortably in silence is the most powerful person in the room. Silence is not the absence of thought. It is the ultimate clarity of mind. It is where strategy is born, where healing begins, and where true power resides. So, the next time someone tries to provoke you, or the next time you're tempted to brag, remember Elias Thorne. Close your mouth, open your ears, and watch how the world bows to the man who doesn't feel the need to fill the air with noise. Because the loudest sound you can make is the silence they didn't expect.